Have you ever stopped to wonder what really causes most people to pass away after the age of 75? It's easy to believe it's just old age. But here's the shocking truth. Nearly all deaths after 75 aren't simply because someone's old. They happen because of a few, very specific causes, most of which are preventable. That's right, we're not talking about fate, we're talking about choices. At Elderly Active Living, we believe aging doesn't have to mean decline. But here's the problem: so many of us have been taught that slowing down, feeling weaker, or losing clarity is just part of getting older. We've accepted it, even expected it. And that belief? It might be the most dangerous part of all. Because the truth is, aging doesn't automatically mean losing your strength, your memory, or your ability to enjoy life. What really causes decline after 75 are 5 to 7 key threats-real risks like heart disease, falling, or respiratory illness that quietly build up over time. But the good news is, these risks aren't set in stone. In today's video, we're going to unpack the top 9 causes of death after age 75. We'll talk about how they sneak up on us, what signs to look for, and most importantly, what you can do, starting today, to protect yourself and the people you love. These insights aren't just medical facts, they're life-changing tools. Because once you understand where the real dangers lie, you can stop fearing the unknown and start building a healthier, stronger future. So stay with us, whether you're 65, 75, or supporting someone who is. This information could be the wake-up call that adds not just years to your life, but energy, independence, and purpose to every one of those years. Let's dive in. And remember, at Elderly Active Living, we're here to help you thrive, not just survive, in the years ahead. Part 1. The Silent Killer. After 75, heart disease. It often creeps in quietly, without fanfare, without a single alarming sign. Heart disease remains the #1 cause of death for people over the age of 75. And the most frightening part? Most don't even know it's coming. It's easy to brush off fatigue, shortness of breath, or a slower pace as just getting older. But what if that slowdown is your heart, quietly waving a red flag? The truth is, most seniors who experience a heart attack never felt any pain in the days or even hours before. There was no dramatic chest clutching, no urgent ambulance call. There was simply the assumption that the body was just aging. But what was really happening inside? Silent, high blood pressure, narrowing arteries. A heart working harder and harder, day after day, with no relief. Years of processed, salty foods, a lifestyle spent mostly seated, chronic stress that keeps your body on high alert. These habits slowly wear down the very muscle that keeps you alive. But here's the empowering part. You are not powerless against this. In fact, your daily choices can make a bigger difference than your family history ever will. Let's take a moment to reflect on your own routine. Do you check your blood pressure regularly? Are you getting up and moving every day, even for a short walk? Are your meals filled with nourishing foods that strengthen your heart, like leafy greens, berries, nuts, and healthy fats? The good news is that your heart doesn't ask for perfection. It simply needs consistency. A short walk around the block, a swap from salty snacks to a bowl of fruit, a deep breath before a stressful call. These small acts build a rhythm of care that strengthens your heart over time. Research shows that people who move more, eat better, and manage stress tend to live not just longer, but better with more energy, clarity, and freedom. So don't wait for a warning sign that may never come. Your opportunity to protect your heart is right now. We believe that the heart of aging well is, well, your heart. Take care of it, and it will carry you further than you think. Stick with us as we explore the next silent threat that could change your life in seconds. It's not a disease, but it may be even more dangerous. Part 2. Falls, the thief of independence. One of the greatest threats to life after 75 isn't a disease, it's a fall. A single misstep, a dizzy spell, or a loose rug on the floor can change everything in a matter of seconds. And it happens more often than most people realize. Falls are the #1 cause of injury-related hospitalizations for older adults. But what's even more concerning is how many of these falls are completely preventable. You see, most people assume falling is just part of getting older, but it's not age itself that causes falls. It's a combination of weakened muscles, slower reaction times, poor balance, and side effects from certain medications. And because those changes happen slowly, day by day, we barely notice them until it's too late. Imagine someone like Eleanor. She was 79, sharp-minded, and independent. One afternoon, while reaching for something on a shelf, she lost her balance and fell. It wasn't even a major fall, but it fractured her hip, and within days, her mobility was gone. What followed was a long hospital stay, physical therapy, and months of frustration. Not because of the pain alone, but because she lost the freedom she once took for granted. And here's what makes it worse. After a fall, many seniors become afraid to move. They stop walking as much, they avoid stairs, they sit more. But the less they move, the weaker their muscles get and the more likely they are to fall again. It becomes a vicious cycle. But here's the hopeful part. You can fight back. Falls are not a guarantee. They're preventable. You can build your strength back. Balance is something you can train. Start small. Try standing on one foot while brushing your teeth. Practice walking heel to toe across the room. These simple exercises activate your core and improve stability. Also, take a look at your environment. Are there throw rugs on the floor? Poor lighting in the hallway? Clutter in walking paths? Fixing these small hazards could mean the difference between a safe home and a dangerous one. And don't forget your medications. Some drugs can cause dizziness, drowsiness, or sudden drops in blood pressure. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist. Make sure every pill you take is helping you, not quietly increasing your risk. Because here's the truth. When you protect yourself from falls, you're not just avoiding injuries. You're preserving your independence, your confidence, and your freedom to move through life on your own terms. And that's what elderly active living is all about. Stick with us, because up next is the danger hiding in every breath you take and what to do before it becomes a serious threat. Sign 3. Chronic inflammation. The silent fire within. Imagine a fire that never stops burning. You don't see the flames, but inside your body, it quietly smolders day after day, year after year. That's what chronic inflammation is like. And for adults over 75, it's a hidden danger that contributes to nearly every major cause of death, from heart disease to cancer to dementia. Inflammation itself isn't always bad. It's your body's natural response to injury or illness. But when it becomes chronic, triggered by stress, poor diet, lack of movement, or toxins, it stops helping and starts hurting. Over time, it damages tissues, weakens your immune system, and accelerates aging. Many people don't even realize it's happening. There's no obvious pain, just subtle signs like constant fatigue, joint stiffness, digestive issues, or brain fog. You may think you're just getting older, but your body may be warning you of inflammation beneath the surface. So what can you do? Start by looking at what's on your plate. Ultra-processed foods, added sugars, and fried snacks are major inflammation triggers. Swap them out for anti-inflammatory foods, colorful fruits, leafy greens, nuts, fatty fish, turmeric, olive oil. Drink plenty of water and cut back on alcohol. Movement also matters. Gentle exercises like walking, yoga, or swimming help reduce inflammation by boosting circulation and calming your stress response. And don't overlook sleep. Poor rest fuels inflammation, while deep, restorative sleep helps your body reset. Lastly, manage stress. Chronic worry and emotional strain keep your immune system on high alert. Mindfulness, laughter, nature walks, or even a phone call with someone you love can lower inflammation more than you think. Chronic inflammation isn't destiny, it's a signal. And when you listen and act, you reclaim control over your health. Every step you take, every better meal, deeper breath, good night's rest helps extinguish that silent fire and adds more vibrant years to your life. Part 4. Stroke, a swift and dangerous strike. Imagine going about your day as usual, maybe reading the newspaper or fixing a cup of coffee, when suddenly everything changes. Your speech slurs. One side of your body weakens. You try to call for help, but the words won't come. This is the terrifying reality of a stroke. And after age 75, it becomes one of the most dangerous and fast-acting health threats. A stroke occurs when blood flow to a part of the brain is interrupted either by a blockage or a blood vessel that bursts. Within minutes, brain cells begin to die from lack of oxygen. What makes strokes especially alarming is how quickly they strike and how silently they can build. Often, there are no warning signs until it happens. High blood pressure is the #1 risk factor. It's called the silent killer for a reason. You might feel fine, but inside, your arteries may be stiffening, your heart struggling to push blood through narrowing vessels. Add in an irregular heartbeat at a condition known as atrial fibrillation and you're looking at an even greater stroke risk. These clots, formed in the heart, can travel up to the brain, blocking vital blood flow. Unhealthy lifestyle choices compound the danger. A diet high in salt and saturated fats, a sedentary routine, smoking, and unmanaged stress all quietly damage blood vessels over time. And here's something most people don't realize. Even a mini stroke, a temporary blockage that clears up on its own, is not a harmless event. It's a red flag. It's your body saying, "Pay attention." But there is good news. Up to 80% of strokes are preventable. The first step is awareness. Know your blood pressure numbers and work with your doctor to keep them in check. Don't assume everything is fine just because you feel okay. Monitor your heart's rhythm, especially if you experience palpitations or an irregular beat. Make food your medicine. Cut back on processed foods and excess sodium. Add more leafy greens, whole grains, and omega-3 rich foods like salmon and walnuts. These nourish your brain and help reduce inflammation. Movement is equally powerful. Even 20-30 minutes of walking a day can boost circulation and reduce your risk. And please, don't ignore strange symptoms, even if they go away quickly. Sudden confusion, trouble seeing in one or both eyes, numbness in the limbs, or slurred speech. These may be early warnings. Call for help immediately. We believe staying informed is one of the greatest tools you can carry into your later years. A stroke doesn't care what day it is or what plans you have, but your body does. And it needs your support, your attention, and your care. Remember, every choice you make today can shape your tomorrow. Take control, stay alert, and give your brain the protection it deserves. Part 5. Cognitive decline. Losing yourself bit by bit. Imagine waking up one morning and forgetting where you are. Not just where you placed your glasses, but something deeper. You look at a familiar face and can't quite remember their name. It starts small, just a missed appointment or a lost item. But over time, these little slips grow into something much more serious. That's the frightening reality of cognitive decline after 75, when memory fades, independence slips away, and even simple tasks become overwhelming. Cognitive decline is not just about forgetting things. It impacts your entire life. It can affect your decision-making, your relationships, and even your physical health. People with memory loss often forget to eat, miss medications, or wander off into unsafe places. And all these risks add up fast. For many older adults, this shift begins subtly. You might chalk it up to just getting older. But what starts as minor forgetfulness can quickly turn into confusion, disorientation, and a complete loss of independence. It doesn't just affect the person suffering from it, it impacts the entire family. But here's the good news. Decline isn't guaranteed. You can fight back. Think of your brain like a muscle. It needs exercise to stay strong. That's why mental activity is so important as we age. Simple things like doing a crossword puzzle, reading a book, or even learning something new can make a huge difference. It doesn't stop there. Physical activity too supports brain health by improving blood flow and reducing inflammation. Take Evelyn, for example. At 81, she began forgetting names and losing track of conversations. At first, she thought it was just part of aging. But after speaking with her doctor, she committed to a new routine: daily walks, brain games, cooking healthy meals, and socializing with friends. Within a few months, her focus returned, and so did her sense of self. Evelyn's story is living proof that it's never too late to take action. Your diet matters as well. Foods rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, and vitamins like berries, leafy greens, and omega-3 rich fish can help protect your brain. Staying socially connected is just as crucial. Isolation can accelerate cognitive decline, but a phone call, a friendly visit, or joining a community group can do wonders. We believe your mind is just as important as your body. Staying sharp, alert, and independent is possible with the right habits. Don't wait for the warning signs to become emergencies. Start now. Read, move, laugh, connect, feed your brain and your soul. And if this message resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe to Elderly Active Living. Let's walk this journey together, one mindful step at a time. Part 6. Respiratory illness. The silent threat in every breath. Breathing, something we do without thinking, becomes a fragile process as we age. After 75, respiratory illnesses become a serious threat, not because they always strike suddenly, but because they quietly erode lung function over time. Chronic conditions like COPD, pneumonia, and bronchitis can severely limit your independence and, in many cases, become fatal. What's alarming is that many people dismiss the early warning signs. A little breathlessness on the stairs, a persistent cough, or wheezing can seem harmless, until one day they're not. Your lungs, like any muscle, weaken if not cared for. Years of exposure to air pollutants, dust, and secondhand smoke build up silently. Add in a lack of physical activity and a compromised immune system, and the perfect storm for respiratory illness begins to form. But this decline isn't inevitable. You can protect your lungs well into your 80s and beyond. Gentle daily walks, simple breathing exercises, and even light yoga can expand your lungs and improve capacity. Keeping your living space well ventilated and investing in a good air purifier also helps, especially for those with allergies or asthma. And don't underestimate the power of vaccines. Pneumonia and flu vaccines are critical for older adults and have been proven to save lives. Staying hydrated, avoiding secondhand smoke, and seeing your doctor at the first sign of lung trouble are smart moves, not reactions, but prevention. The air you breathe is your lifeline. It deserves your attention now more than ever. Part 7. Infections, the overlooked danger. Most people don't think of infections as deadly after 75, but they should. At this age, your immune system is naturally weaker, making it harder to fight off even common illnesses. What starts as a urinary tract infection, a mild cold, or a small cut can rapidly spiral into sepsis, pneumonia, or other life-threatening complications. Older adults often don't show the classic signs of infection. Instead of a high fever, they might feel disoriented, overly tired, or lose their appetite. That's why many infections go unnoticed until they've already done significant damage. And because so many seniors live alone, these symptoms often pass without anyone realizing just how serious they are. But there are ways to fight back. Staying current on vaccinations, including shingles and flu shots, is a crucial first step. Good hygiene, frequent hand washing, clean clothes, well-maintained oral care builds a first line of defense. And perhaps most importantly, paying attention to subtle signs in your own body, fatigue, confusion, or sudden changes in behavior, can help you act before it's too late. If you feel off in any way, talk to someone, see a doctor, trust your instincts, because with infections, early detection can literally save your life. Sign 8. Medication mismanagement. A hidden risk with every pill. By the time many of us reach our late 70s or 80s, our bathroom cabinets look more like pharmacies. Pills for blood pressure, sleep, digestion, pain. It's easy to lose track. But here's the truth. One of the biggest, most overlooked dangers for older adults is medication mismanagement. It starts with good intentions. A new prescription here, an over-the-counter supplement there. But before long, you're juggling 10 or more medications a day. And while each one may help on its own, together they can create side effects, dangerous interactions, or confusion that puts your health at serious risk. Maybe you felt dizzy after standing up, or extra tired during the day. Maybe your memory feels a little foggier than usual. These aren't just normal aging symptoms, they can be signs your medications are working against each other. The older we get, the more sensitive our bodies become. Kidneys and liver slow down, meaning drugs stay in your system longer. What used to be a safe dose can now be too strong. And skipping a pill or doubling up by mistake can quickly turn dangerous. That's why it's critical to review your medications regularly with your doctor and pharmacist. Create a clear, up-to-date list of everything you take, including supplements. Ask if anything can be reduced, simplified, or replaced with lifestyle changes. Pill organizers, reminder alarms, or medication apps can help you stay on track. And never be afraid to speak up if something doesn't feel right. Your life doesn't need to be ruled by prescriptions. With the right guidance, you can manage your meds, not be managed by them. Because your independence, your clarity, and your safety are worth protecting one well-organized pill box at a time. Sign 9. Chronic pain, the unseen enemy. Imagine waking up each morning with an ache in your back, knees, or hands that just won't go away. For many people over the age of 75, chronic pain is not just a nuisance, it's a constant companion. And while it doesn't always grab headlines like heart disease or stroke, its impact on quality of life is profound. Chronic pain slowly chips away at mobility, independence, and even emotional well-being. It can start small, an old injury, some arthritis, a stiff joint here or there. But over time, this pain becomes a barrier. People stop walking as much. They decline social invitations. They stop doing the things they love. It's not just about discomfort. It's about what pain takes away. The ability to enjoy daily life. The confidence to move freely. The joy of independence. What's worse, many seniors silently endure this pain, thinking it's just part of getting old. But it doesn't have to be. In fact, ignoring chronic pain can lead to a cascade of other health issues: muscle loss, weight gain, depression, sleep problems, and even higher risks of falls and hospitalizations. The good news? There are ways to manage chronic pain without relying solely on medications. Gentle exercises like water, aerobics, tai chi, and stretching can ease joint tension and boost flexibility. Physical therapy helps retrain the body to move in healthier, less painful ways. Even techniques like mindfulness and guided breathing can lower pain perception and reduce stress that makes pain worse. It's also vital to work with healthcare professionals who listen. Pain is personal, and your care should be, too. Don't settle for silence. Advocate for yourself. Pain may be common in older age, but suffering doesn't have to be. And when pain is managed properly, life opens back up. More walks, more laughter, more time doing what you love. We believe no one should have to choose between aging and comfort. The two can go hand in hand with the right steps, the right support, and the belief that you deserve to feel good in your own body. If this speaks to you or someone you love, let us know in the comments and share this video with a friend. Together, we're rewriting what it means to grow older with strength, dignity, and less pain. Part 10. Take action for a healthier life. Imagine this. You've just learned about the 9 most common causes of death after the age of 75 from heart disease and falls to cognitive decline and respiratory issues. Now here comes the most powerful part of the message. Most of them can be prevented. Yes, really, these aren't just numbers in a report. They are real outcomes of small decisions we make every day. Whether it's what we put on our plate, how long we sit without moving, how much connection we keep with others, or even how often we check our blood pressure, these daily choices shape our future. Now, here's the good news. You don't need to change everything at once. You don't need to become a different person overnight. You simply need to begin. One small shift today can lead to something powerful tomorrow. Instead of skipping breakfast, make it protein-rich. Instead of staying indoors all day, take a 10-minute walk in the sun. Instead of ignoring that nagging pain or dizziness, talk to your doctor. These actions might sound simple, but they build momentum. And momentum is what turns small steps into lasting transformation. And it's not just about living longer, it's about living stronger, living with independence, joy, and peace of mind. It's about waking up and feeling in control of your life, knowing you are actively protecting your health. You see, the difference between those who age well and those who don't isn't luck. It's awareness, consistency, and courage. The courage to look at your habits, ask the hard questions, and make changes even when they're uncomfortable. So let's recap the action plan. Walk a little more, eat a little better, sleep a little deeper, stretch, breathe, laugh, connect, check your medications, schedule that doctor visit you've been putting off, and most importantly, believe that your actions matter. Here at Elderly Active Living, we believe in your power to choose, to reclaim your health, to shape your future. So if this message resonated with you, hit that follow button. Share this video with a friend or loved one who needs to hear it. And drop us a comment. What's one small change you're making today? Because your story isn't finished, and the best chapters can still be ahead.